What's my definition of made it is being able to spend $7.85 on an oat milk latte every day and not breaking a sweat. That is my definition of make it.
Hi, this is sugahoneybbt, and this is a podcast that amplifies Asian women voices through critical thinking and meaningful conversations. This is a new intro. Hope you guys like it. I'm Ange.
Hello. Yes, I'm Toby. And before we start today's episode, make sure you follow us on Instagram at sugahoneybbt. It's at sugahoneybbt. And we post a lot of contents throughout the week, so make sure you check us out there.
Yeah, that's right. And also, just in case you were wondering why we have a new intro, I'm not going to explain too much, but we just feel like this is more a holistic view on what we talk about. Mm-hmm. We no longer want to be limited to talking about race, dating, wellness. We want, like, it's kind of like a holistic view on life and through critical thinking.
Yeah, and all those things still present in what we talk about.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. So that's why. And also, if you love us, please leave us a 5-star review. You know what? If you hate us, leave us a 5-star review. No matter how you feel about us, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We'll push our podcast up in the ranking. This costs you nothing.
Yes.
But it means everything to us because it allows creators like us to be more to get our voice out there more and allow people to see us more because it pushes up our podcast into the ranking. And if you love us, even if you
really
hate us, there's also one thing you could do, which is PayPal us, because everything we do, actually
we do for free.
Yes, we do for free. This is free content. This is, but our thinking isn't free. So we love to be monetized. We love to be monetizing, and we love to be getting paid for our thoughts and nuances and thinking.
Yeah.
So you can PayPal us. The link is in bio in our Instagram. If you don't, and nobody does, which is like most of the time.
This is sad.
No, like some people, quite a few people PayPal us, and we're so grateful. But yeah, we see you if you've been up, like if you're like 5 episodes deep and you're still not on that PayPal, like I'm signing both of us up to Squid Game.
That's it. I'm going. Put me in that little coffin.
Just us blackmailing our listeners out here. Have you watched Squid Game?
Yeah, I just finished the show.
Do you hate it?
Yeah, the ending is too underwhelming.
It was so underwhelming.
Yeah, it was just like, I see you, but no.
I'm not gonna brag. I have predicted the entire show before I even got to the ending. And this is a spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, if you haven't watched Squid Game, like, I don't know what you're doing. So, like, you probably won't watch it anyways. Just keep listening.
Just don't watch it.
Just don't watch it and keep listening. Like, I don't know. It's been like the hot topic for the past like 3 weeks or something. Yeah. Just don't watch it anymore. You clearly are not interested.
Yeah, I feel like the ending is just, it's like expected. It's expected, and it's kind of like foreshadowing if like there might be a new season, there might not, but it's just like too underwhelming.
But even if the new season comes out, I'm like, what are you gonna do? Like, what is it? Because I think the whole show was exciting because you don't know what's happening. Yeah. And you want to figure out what the next game is. Yeah. You want to know who's behind all this. You want to know who's behind the mask. And that's what is exciting. Like every episode up until like the VIPs show up is exciting.
The fucking VIPs.
The VIPs show up, immediately turn me off.
The white representation in Asian media.
I wonder if white people are pissed because like the white representation in Asian film and TV is like, there's also the stereotype.
Yes.
And I think it's like a direct representation of how a lot of like Asian people sees white people.
Yeah. It's always like kind of like a white savior type of thing, or like they're portrayed as like rich or living
privilege. Like privilege, true.
True.
But the part where they started, like the VIPs showed up, and then they're all like fat white men, and they all started talking, and I'm just like, the production value just went through, like just down into a ditch. So
like where did you find these men?
Where did you find these men? Like these just white people walking in the street of Seoul. Like,
no acting experience is required.
It's like
just race. You just need to be white.
Did they even audition? It's like the casting director is like, okay, white man, fat white man 1, fat white man 2, fat white man 3. Okay, reference Donald Trump. Let's go.
Reference Donald Trump.
Episode 7.
Act like him.
Go.
Oh my God, so true.
There was no acting. Like these people, like are
no depth whatsoever in the character.
That's like their part-time. Like their full-time job is like financial advisors at a bank or something. They're just like
doing it for fun.
They're the people that are like, oh my God, look, I made a appearance on this Squid, like this show on Netflix. This is my first appearance ever, and like the whole family sits around and watch it. Oh my God, my son was a financial advisor, and he made it.
Masks.
Yeah, it was horrible. Yeah,
very interesting though.
Yeah, but I am curious about how white people think like their representation in this film.
Yeah, I don't think I wonder if people are offended, but probably not.
Tell us, white people, please. I love to know. I honestly do, because Asian people's representation in Hollywood was horrible.
Way worse. Yeah, if anything.
So are we gaslighting?
Gaslight people. I am gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Yeah. What else do you think about Squid Game?
I think like Squid Game coming out right now is just like really fitting, right? In like 2021, capitalism and whatnot, and I think different than Parasite, where it was just like more like critiquing or criticizing capitalism. Squid Game is almost like this is what capitalism looks like. It is what it is. It's just like illustrating it. Yeah. And it's not really talking about like good or bad about capitalism. It's just like it is capitalism.
It is what it is. Yeah. Like I feel like one of those players, like characters, and like it feels like Squid Game feels like a corporate company. Like all these people that work there, like trying to fight each other in the working class and to like get up to like that one spot. There's only one spot.
Management level.
Yeah. Yeah. And then everyone else just watching and enjoying the show and having like political bullshit between them up until like in the VIP rooms. Yeah. It's just like, and corporate is like a small model of capitalism.
Yes. Everyone is just a number in corporate and in capitalism, just like the players in Squid Game. And it's just the reality of things.
Yeah. And it feels like I just like emphasize it. So like I really could see myself in that position where I'm like, either I work myself to death and get a promotion or I get eliminated.
Yes.
And especially so much of it, especially like being a BIPOC, like being Asian in a corporate company, that's kind of like a bit of how it feels.
Yeah, I think it's like, because I think traditionally like Asian or BIPOCs are treated more like working class. So that's why like I feel like it's kind of rare to see Asian people being in management level or like the more senior roles, because people are uncomfortable with the idea of an Asian person,
right?
Or there will be like a token Asian BIPOC.
Oh my God.
And it's like that's it, because people are comfortable with you being an Asian and you being in the hardworking or like just like the stereotypical idea of an Asian person.
Yes, absolutely. And like being the one, you know what though, like ever since the whole race conversation and like BLM happened, so like ever since 2020, corporate companies are like, let's talk about race, you know? We are allies and let's talk about race.
Suddenly we want to talk about race.
Yeah, suddenly we want to bring you to the table. And then meanwhile, the table is like marble and they're sitting on a pedestal and you like pull up your fold out chair and you're just like, yes.
No, I'm just Asian squatting on the floor. Ain't no chair for me.
They're like, here. This is a table. You're invited. And you're just like, bitch, I'm on a fold-out chair.
I'm on the floor. Yeah, that's so
talk
true.
about your traumas. And Asians are like, or other BIPOCs, you know, like, are like, what am I doing here talking about my trauma so you can feel culture?
That's kind of what it feels like. Like, it feels like being in this time, like in this day and age, being BIPOC is only like you're only BIPOC when it's convenient for them.
Yes.
For corporate people and for them to be like, you know, we want someone to educate us. We want to hear the first-hand opinion. But then the rest of the time, it's just you're just a number.
You're just a working class Asian.
Working class, yeah.
Yeah.
But then when there's like inclusivity at play, you are valuable. You are a valuable BIPOC and you're different and we see you.
Yeah. That's fucked though.
Yeah.
It's so fucked because like it reminds me of like, you know, the Green Book where the main character, I can't remember his name, Mashallah Ali. Someone correct me.
Yeah.
I'm horrible at names. It's just of my nature. What's your name? Sorry.
Bitch, please.
And there's one part where it's like he's in the rain and he was like, he like got out of the car and he like just lost it. And he did this whole speech that made me cry. And the whole speech was like, if I'm not black enough and I'm not white enough, then who am I? Like, how do I position myself? Like, white people pay me to play music for them across the country so they can feel culture in the moment. And then after I finish playing, they go back to being their privileged white self. And then, but I'm not, you know, I'm not working class black. Like I'm not on that, you know, that scene where there's like people on the field picking cotton.
Yeah.
He's like, but I'm also not black enough to do that. So like, who am I? What am I? Like, that's I'm not saying like, I'm not saying that it's comparable to like his experience or like black people's experience is comparable to like Asian person's experience. But like a lot of time I don't feel like I belong either or. It's like when I'm in the company, I'm trying to be like part of this, like being a corporate company, you're trying to be part of this company, which is like so predominantly white.
Yeah, like westernized
and everything. But then when there's like an opportunity for you to be at, quote unquote, be at the table, then you're all of a sudden like, I'm just full Asian.
Like they wanted you to be like the fullest of full Asian.
Yeah.
But that's not really who we are either.
Because and ever since the first episode of Sugar Honey, we talked about like being just so split down the middle, not feeling like we belong anywhere. And this is just the nature of our being.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to fight it. I'm not trying to find belonging either, or I'm okay with being both, but I'm not okay with people marginalizing that.
Yeah.
And that feeling just really sucks.
Corporate in like capitalism world is just like capitalizing and exploiting anything possible. Like you like exploiting marginalized group. Yeah. We're gonna hop on virtue signaling. You love that? We're gonna explore your passion. Now you're gonna work until you die.
Passion.
Yeah.
Just tell me about it.
Like they put it's just like the classic, like they paint you a little dream. If you work hard, if you like follow the rule, be such a good employee, one day you're gonna find your passion and everything will just be rainbow and butterflies.
Yeah. It's like 10, 20 years ago, like our parents' generation and whatnot. They're like, success in capitalism means a car, a house, a family, and like like physical, like materialistic things, materialistic support, materialistic things. This is success. And once you achieve that in a foreign country as an immigrant, there you go.
Yes,
or even just as,
it.
you made it.
Yeah.
You know, you're the model minority, you made it. Like that's us for like, as having, like as immigrants and having immigrant parents, that's what they look for. And once you've made it, you think this is it. But then, you know what amazes me is that capitalism adapts itself so well through the generations.
It just shape shifts through and through. Just capitalism.
Yeah. And what amazes me is that like capitalism is like, now big companies are like, you know what? This bullshit doesn't work for Gen Zs and like millennials anymore. They see through this bullshit. So you know what we should capitalize? Capitalize what they care about.
Yes. Purposes,
wellness, passion.
Oat milk lattes. You know what's my definition of made it is being able to spend $7.85 on an oat milk latte every day and not breaking a sweat. That is my definition of make it.
You know that Ollie Wong joke where she's like, I just want to be rich enough to buy pre-cut mangoes in Whole Foods. Yes. And I'm like, that's my whole mood. Like that's it.
They are so expensive.
They're like, white people cut
like
your
white
mango.
labor is so expensive. Seriously. Like that's why people make stuff. Like that is why people don't make stuff in North America.
Yeah, white labor is very expensive. Yeah. And then that's why Asians are still continue to be looked at as working class because everything like quote unquote made in China is so much cheaper.
I know. Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the thing is like capitalism adapts so well and people are so good at still eating that shit up.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of like, it's hard not to participate in capitalism.
Yes.
Like, because honestly, it's all like, fuck capitalism until I'm like with my little new duvet and just like wellness. But milk latte. But yeah, it's like now capitalizing on purposes and passion is just the new thing.
It's the new thing because what we care about or like the new generation care about is like experiences and like wellness and like lattes and fucking purposes.
Yeah.
And so they're like, okay, well, $1,400 mattress. So you can rest. Oh my God, they capitalize rest. Is absurdism.
Rest, I feel like I'm having like more and more difficult times with like rest and wellness, especially like, you know how we just had World Global Mental Health Day and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's like everyone is eager to launch something for World Mental Health Day. And it's just like, that's my problem with wellness and capitalism is like they sell you on every possible ideas and that if you don't have that or if you don't live that, you're unwell.
Right.
Like you gotta be a certain way to participate in the wellness
This is
culture.
the houses and the cars and the happy family of this generation.
Yeah. So whack. So whack.
And they make rest a luxury. It's like you have to mold and shape rest into a luxury for you to feel like I deserve rest. You can't just rest, like fucking normalize it.
You can't rest, no. Like you have to literally be on sometimes I literally have to be on my deathbed where I will feel okay about resting. Because
they make you think that for you to rest is like you have to be able to have done so much for you to rest. Like if this is your purpose and your passion, then you will work until you will work without being paid. You will work until like 4 a.m. You will work until you physically like will break apart because that's how you get validation from other people and yourself to prove that I am worthy. I love this. So therefore I don't need to get paid. I don't need anything else in return.
Absurdism. Put me in that little Squid Game coffin. I'm going.
Do you feel that? Like
Oh, definitely. I think especially like with being like being in your 20s, being young or whatever.
In creative field.
In creative field. It feels like if you're not fucking hustling, you might as well be dead.
And that's what your parents will tell you too.
Yeah, but it's honestly so toxic because I feel like just like talking about being in the creative field, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, yes, I'm not making an actual item or whatever that goes into a world. But I still want to be a responsible creative. And how do I do that without rest, you know?
Yep.
Where I'm no longer connected to whatever I'm producing. And at that point, it's just like capitalism wins. And I am just might as well better off in the Squid Game coffin with a tiny little bowl on top.
How do you, like, if someone were to be like, well, if you hate capitalism so much, why are you participating? Or like, why do you like want to get paid or whatever, or buy these things and
mommy
have material?
didn't move me halfway across the world to be a broke bitch. Like, what? You want me to live on the streets? I just think everyone should exploit corporate because I think that for the longest time, even till now, every day, bigger companies, bigger corporates are taking advantage of people.
Yeah.
If they can get it free, they won't pay for it.
Yeah.
But that's
what like internship, unpaid internships
I think, especially in creative industry, everyone should end unpaid internship. Yeah. Because it's like, yes, I'm learning something. I am getting PR or whatever, but your time and your energy and the work that you do deserve to be honored. And yes, you can give me validation, but in the capitalism world, validation isn't gonna get me a place to stay. It's not gonna buy me food.
Yeah.
Give people money. That's the most straightforward way. And why do we feel shame? Like, why don't we feel like we're not deserving of money? Why do we feel like we can't?
And if you're no longer producing quality stuff for us, then you're just eliminated. Like, we no longer need you, and it's so easy to replace you.
Yeah,
because you're just another number.
Yeah,
and being a creative field is just a huge amount of stress that you're under to be like, I have to be creative under this circumstance, and putting my creativity through this process where I just drain myself out. Like, they just wring you out like a fucking like piece of shit.
It's so true. It's so true.
Until there's nothing left of you, and they're like, you're not creative enough.
Until you're like physically burned out and left on the street to die. And they'll be like, let's replace them.
Yeah, yeah. With a new group of fresh-minded youth. Some might even do it for less money.
Someone younger than me.
Yeah, and like who understands technology, but not enough. So we can be like, here, we'll teach you this.
Yeah. It's so interesting, and it's so sad.
Yeah, but you know what I do like that coming out of this, and especially like nowadays, is that you get to monetize your thoughts. And you get to, and anything can be monetized. That's what I'm saying. Like, and especially like what you were saying, going back what you're saying, like, oh, sometimes you feel guilt for getting pay to do certain things. Because you know what Asian people are really good at? We're so good at gaslighting ourselves because we grew up being gaslighted by our parents. Yeah.
Guilt, shame, and gaslight
is the foundation of Asian parenting.
And gatekeep. Yes.
But there's just like, you know, a lot of love in these ways.
They think it's like heart love.
Yeah, and I find myself in these like situations where, especially with the podcast, I'm like, this is my passion. I love it. But I can't keep doing this like years after years without being paid or without monetizing it. Like, people who do donate to us, I am so grateful. Yeah. But I don't want to be grateful to the point where I'm like, I don't deserve this. Oh my God, this is a gift. No, because some people sell, like you get your lashes done. That's a service you pay for. Yeah. And you fucking tip them too. Yeah. You know?
That's so true.
Yeah. You fucking tip them too as a service. And then you buy like dish soap. Someone made that. It's a product. You pay for it. It's a physical thing. But then like to us, this podcast is our product. This podcast, our voice, our critical thinking, our nuances is our product. And even though it's hard to measure how much it costs, because there's no costing sheet to be like, oh, this is like how much it takes to like manufacture this thing. And therefore it's like hard for me sometimes to be like, do I deserve this money, this amount of money that people are giving us? Like, I'm so grateful that people find value in us and is willing to donate to us. But also at the same time, like, I have to know I deserve this.
Yes.
And capitalism is like, no, bitch, this is your passion. You do it for free.
And do it till you die of like tiredness.
Right.
And burn yourself out. Yeah. It's just not, it's not the way that it should be. Like, I think you should be able to find a balance of doing what you love and be able to live. Like the starving artist thing shouldn't be a thing anymore.
No, starving artists should just starve to death. Like just don't keep continuing doing this whole, don't. Yeah, you have to somewhat find a way to monetize what you love. Otherwise, there's no way you can survive. Like I am like we're funding this podcast from our full-time job because we love it. Because we love, this is our purpose, quote unquote. Like we want to say these things, but we can't continue to do this because we're just going to be miserable. Yeah. And you know what's funny? It's like when we first started like building PayPal. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, so I literally asked her, I'm like, hey, we need to give people a reason to donate to us. And you're just like, to pay for my therapy. Like, I'm so tired.
I was like, we are the reason. We being here.
Yeah.
Are the reason.
I have to, like, I would catch myself being like, you know what? I do deserve this. And so why does it feel so guilty to take money? Yeah. For something that you deserve?
Yeah. I question that every day. Just me and my imposter syndrome. But yeah, I think a lot of it just came from like upbringing and honestly being Asian society, like working quietly is a virtue, being modest is a virtue, but
putting your head down and just do the work and someone will see you. No, literally
nobody will see you. Like I think asking for what you deserve is also what should be normalized. Please
normalize rest, normalize paying for people's services, even though it's not something like physical or a material thing, because like what do people who have nuances and thoughts and they share them through their experiences and traumas and going to therapy and they have these like revelations in life or whatever, like these are all part of them that is of value. And so you pay them like you get your lashes done. And I think that's just the way it is. Like there's no like, because I sometimes feel like, do people know that? I don't know. Like people who donate to us, of course, but people who like don't donate to like content creatives, because contents are like so being normalized to be like free.
It's also like so accessible now on the internet. Like you can just, it's everywhere. And like sometimes I think it's a little like, it doesn't feel real. Like it doesn't feel like someone made it, or you forget that someone made the contents too. You're just like browsing and but there's a lot of time and energy that goes into making everything essentially.
This is an episode where we just like tell people how much we work.
And then in the end we'll drop our PayPal. So have we successfully guilt tripped you into paying us for our time?
But yeah, I think I enjoyed Squid Game until the VIP showed up. It gave me a lot of revelations in life and just how much I hate capitalism. But like you said, my parents moved me out here not to be a broke bitch. So I gotta live this life.
Also, I love $7 oat milk latte so much. Alternative milking.
If there's anything you learn out of this episode, it's that.
It's that. Oat milk.
But yeah, like Drop us your thoughts. Like, I love to hear what. Oh, you know what? I really do love to hear what white people think about representation in Asian film and TV.
Yeah, I may or may not gaslight you out of it, but
We'll see. Yeah. And also drop us what you think about capitalism and like your passion, you know? Because passion is just like this like high up like conceptual idea that people are trying to achieve, just like they trying to achieve money. Yeah. It's like, oh, if I have a purpose and passion,
it's
then
like the dream.
I'll be happy.
Yeah.
It's like if I have money and houses and a car, I'll be happy.
Never.
No, it's not that. It's not it, hon. Anyways.
Yeah. If you like the episode, if you want to share your thoughts with us, you can find us on Instagram at sugahoneybbt. It's at sugahoneybbt. And you can find us separately at BBT Mommy and at Sensitive Bow.
That's right. And lastly, I just have to plug our PayPal.
Yes.
Everything that we do is hard work.
And honest work.
It's honest work. It's a lot and it's honest work. And if you enjoy the content, please give us support. You can find a link to our PayPal in our Instagram. There's a link link in our bio. And and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
That's support for free. Share and review.
Yes. And that's it. Love you.
Goodbye.